Hey there, you're looking kind of cute. Don't forget to subscribe and check out all my other socials. Enjoy. The apartment is empty and cold without Jennifer. Cardboard boxes are stacked, ready for moving. Papers that ended the marriage sit on the kitchen counter. It is raining outside, and the sound of rain hits the windows. A key turns in the lock. Jennifer's voice echoes in the empty rooms. She stands in the doorway, wearing a dark raincoat. Rain drips from her clothes. She holds up a key. "I found your spare key in my purse. I thought I should give it back." No response came from the master bedroom. "Sebastian?" She set her burgundy leather purse on the counter next to the divorce papers. Her heels clicked against the hardwood floor as she walked down the hall. "I know you're home. Your car's in the garage." The bedroom door stood slightly ajar. Jennifer pushed it open. There, standing before the full-length mirror, was Sebastian. But not the Sebastian she'd known for 8 years. This person wore an emerald green evening gown that hugged every curve, the silk fabric catching the afternoon light. Matching emerald earrings dangled elegantly, and a delicate gold necklace rested against the dress's plunging neckline. 4-inch stilettos in the same shade of green completed the ensemble. The figure in the mirror turned. Brown hair fell in soft waves past the shoulders, clearly grown out over months. The makeup was flawless, smoky eyes that made the green irises pop, perfectly contoured cheeks, lips painted a deep rose. "Jennifer." The voice was Sebastian's, but softer, more melodic. Jennifer's hand flew to her mouth. That dress. That was her dress. The one she'd worn to the governor's gala 2 years ago. The one Sebastian had complimented her on, saying how the color brought out her eyes. "What are you doing?" Her words came out as a whisper. Sebastian, or whoever this was, stood tall in those impossible heels, moving with a grace Jennifer had never managed even after years of practice. One manicured hand smoothed down the dress's fabric. "I can explain." "That's my dress," Jennifer's voice cracked. "My favorite dress." "I know, I'm sorry. I should have asked, but after you moved out, I just..." A pause. "I needed to understand something about myself." Jennifer sank onto the edge of the bed, her legs suddenly unable to support her. The navy blue raincoat crinkled as she sat. She stared at the person before her, taking in every detail, the way the dress fit perfectly, as if tailored, the confident posture, the practiced way those hands gestured, adorned with pearl-white nail polish. "How long?" "How long what?" "How long have you been doing this?" A deep breath. "Since I was 15. But I stopped when we started dating. I thought I could bury it. Be the man you wanted me to be." "The man I wanted you to be?" Jennifer's voice rose. "Sebastian, I wanted you to be yourself. I wanted honesty. I wanted trust. I know, I'm sorry." "Stop apologizing." She wiped at her eyes, careful not to smudge her mascara. "God, look at you. You're beautiful." The word hung in the air between them. "You think so?" Jennifer nodded, unable to speak. It was true. The transformation was stunning. This wasn't some clumsy attempt at dress-up. This was someone who had spent years perfecting their craft, someone who understood femininity in a way that went beyond mere imitation. "I'm jealous," she finally admitted. "Jealous? Look at how you walk in those heels. I twisted my ankle the one time I wore them. And that dress? It never looked that good on me." "That's not true?" "It is." Jennifer stood, circling slowly. "The way it drapes on you, the way you carry yourself. You're more comfortable in my skin than I ever was." "It's not your skin. It's mine." The words hit Jennifer like a physical blow. She stumbled back, reaching for the door frame to steady herself. "Is this why we got divorced? Because of this?" "No. We got divorced because I was living a lie, because I was making both of us miserable trying to be someone I'm not. And who are you?" A long pause. Those green eyes, Sebastian's eyes, but somehow different now, met Jennifer's gaze in the mirror. "My name is Maya." Jennifer's breath caught. "Maya. I've been seeing a therapist, Dr. Chen, downtown. She's been helping me work through this." "How long have you been seeing her?" 6 months. 6 months. Jennifer's voice was flat. While we were still married. I needed to understand why I was so unhappy. Why we were so unhappy. Jennifer turned away, unable to look at Maya any longer. Her burgundy purse still sat on the counter where she'd left it. The divorce papers were right there, Sebastian's signature bold and masculine at the bottom. But the person in the bedroom wasn't Sebastian anymore. I should go, Jennifer said. Wait. The heels clicked across the hardwood. Please. Jennifer stopped but didn't turn around. I never meant to hurt you. I loved you. I still love you. But I couldn't love myself, and that poisoned everything between us. And now? Do you love yourself now? I'm learning to. Jennifer finally turned. Maya stood in the hallway, the emerald dress catching the light from the living room windows. The rain had stopped, and afternoon sun broke through the clouds, casting golden rays across the apartment. You kept all this hidden? A whole wardrobe? Maya nodded. In the guest room closet, behind the winter coats. Show me. They walked to the guest room, Jennifer's heels clicking in counterpoint to Maya's. The closet door slid open to reveal an array of dresses, skirts, blouses. Colors ranged from deep purples to bright yellows, from little black dresses to flowing sundresses with floral prints. Boxes of shoes lined the floor. A jewelry box sat on the built-in dresser. This must have cost a fortune, Jennifer said. I've been collecting for years, some pieces I bought in college before we met. Jennifer ran her fingers along the fabrics. Silk, cotton, lace, satin. Each piece carefully hung, organized by color and style. This wasn't a fetish or a phase. This was a life carefully hidden away. You were going to tell me eventually? I tried so many times. Remember our anniversary dinner last year? At Chez Laurent? Jennifer nodded. She'd worn a red dress that night. Sebastian had seemed nervous, distracted. I had a whole speech prepared, but then you started talking about wanting children, about growing old together, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't shatter that image you had of our future. So instead, you let our marriage fall apart. I'm not proud of it. Jennifer pulled out a powder blue sundress, holding it up to the light. This would look good on you. Brings out your eyes even more than the emerald. Maya's face lit up. You think so? Try it on. Now? Why not? We're already here. Maya hesitated, then nodded. Jennifer turned away while the sound of zippers and rustling fabric filled the room. When she turned back, Maya stood in the powder blue sundress, the hem falling just above the knees. She'd switched to white sandals with a modest 2-inch heel. Better, Jennifer said. More casual, more you, more me. Maya repeated the words softly. I'm still figuring out who that is. They moved to the living room, sitting on the one couch that remained. The burgundy leather creaked under their weight. Outside, the city sprawled below them, afternoon traffic beginning to build on the streets. So what happens now? Jennifer asked. What do you mean? With you, with Maya, are you planning to transition? I don't know yet. Dr. Chen says I don't have to rush into anything. For now, I'm just trying to be honest with myself. And live as Maya? When I can. Weekends mostly. I've been going out, getting comfortable in public. Where do you go? Coffee shops, bookstores, the park, normal places. Last week I went to the art museum. The Rothko exhibit? Maya nodded. You remembered I wanted to see it. We were supposed to go together. Silence settled between them. The late afternoon sun painted long shadows across the floor. Jennifer noticed how Maya sat with her legs crossed at the ankle, hands folded in her lap, feminine gestures that seemed completely natural. I saw you there, Jennifer admitted. Maya's head snapped up. What? At the museum. I went with my sister. I saw you in the contemporary wing, looking at the Pollocks. You wore a black dress with a gray cardigan. Why didn't you say anything? I didn't recognize you at first. And when I did, I didn't know what to say. You looked so happy, so at peace. I hadn't seen you look like that in years. Maya's eyes filled with tears. I was happy. For the first time in so long, I felt like myself. I'm glad. Jennifer reached over, taking Maya's hand. The nails were perfectly manicured, a soft pink that complemented the powder blue dress. "I'm glad you're finding yourself. Even if it means losing you. We were already lost, weren't we? Two people play acting at marriage, neither of us truly happy. I wanted to be. I wanted to be the husband you deserved. I didn't need a husband. I needed a partner, someone who trusted me enough to share their truth." Maya squeezed Jennifer's hand. "I'm sharing it now. 8 years too late." "I know." They sat in silence, hands still clasped. The apartment that had once been their home felt different now. Not empty, but transitional. A space between what was and what might be. "I should tell you something," Jennifer said. "The reason I came by today wasn't just to return the key." "Oh?" "I've been seeing someone. Mark, from my office. It's still new, but I wanted you to hear it from me." Maya's face remained carefully neutral. "Are you happy?" "I'm getting there. He's kind, honest. He makes me laugh." "Good. You deserve that." "So do you." Jennifer stood, smoothing down her navy blue raincoat. "You deserve to be happy as Maya. Thank you. I mean it. Don't hide anymore. Don't stuff yourself back in that closet. Be who you are." Maya stood as well, towering over Jennifer in the sandals. They faced each other, two women who had once promised to love each other forever. "Can I hug you?" Maya asked. Jennifer stepped forward, wrapping her arms around Maya's waist. The powder blue sundress was soft against her cheek. Maya smelled like jasmine perfume, a scent Jennifer didn't recognize. "Take care of yourself," Jennifer whispered. "You too." They separated. Jennifer collected her burgundy purse from the counter, leaving the spare key next to the divorce papers. At the door, she turned back one last time. "The emerald dress. Keep it. It looks better on you anyway." "Jennifer, I mean it. Think of it as a gift. A goodbye gift." The door closed with a soft click. Maya stood alone in the apartment, the powder blue sundress swishing as she walked to the window. 20 floors below, she watched Jennifer exit the building and hail a cab. The yellow vehicle pulled away, disappearing into traffic. The sun was setting now, painting the sky in shades of pink and orange. Maya pressed her palm against the cool glass, her reflection staring back. Brown hair framing her face, makeup still perfect despite the tears. The powder blue dress that Jennifer had chosen. She walked back to the guest room, to the closet full of carefully hidden clothes. But instead of closing the door, she began pulling pieces out, laying them on the bed. The black dress with the gray cardigan, a purple sheath dress she'd bought last month, a floral skirt paired with a white blouse. Her phone buzzed. A text from Dr. Chen. "How are you feeling today?" Maya typed back, "Like myself." "That's wonderful. See you Thursday?" "Actually, could I come in tomorrow? Something happened today. Something good." "Of course. 2 p.m.? Perfect." She set the phone aside and continued organizing her wardrobe. Each piece had a memory attached. The red cocktail dress bought during a business trip to Chicago, hidden in her suitcase beneath masculine suits. The yellow sundress ordered online, delivered to her office to avoid questions. The denim skirt discovered at a thrift store, a perfect fit that felt like fate. By the time she finished, the guest room had transformed. No longer a hiding place, but a dressing room. Her dressing room. The masculine clothes that still hung in the master bedroom seemed foreign now, costumes from a play she no longer wished to perform. Her phone rang. The caller ID showed her office. "Hello? Sebastian? It's Dave. Just wanted to confirm you're presenting the Morrison account tomorrow." Maya looked at her reflection in the mirror. The powder blue dress, the brown hair flowing past her shoulders, the woman staring back at her. "About that, I need to talk to you about some changes." "Changes? What kind of changes?" "Personal ones. Can we meet for coffee in the morning, before the presentation?" "Sure, I guess. Everything okay?" "Everything's perfect. I'll see you at 8. The usual place?" "Works for me." She hung up. Tomorrow would bring challenges, questions, confusion. Some people would understand, others wouldn't. But Jennifer was right. No more hiding. Maya walked to the master bedroom, to the closet full of suits and ties. She pulled out her favorite navy blue suit, the one she'd worn to important meetings. It had served its purpose, armor for a battle she no longer needed to fight. She hung it in the back of the guest room closet, behind the winter coats where her dresses used to hide. A reversal that felt like poetry. The evening stretched ahead. Maya ordered Thai food from her favorite restaurant, giving the name Maya for the first time. When the delivery driver arrived, a young woman with purple-streaked hair, she didn't bat an eye, just smiled and complimented Maya's dress. "Thanks, it's new." "Well, new to me." "It's cute. Have a good night." Small victories. Tiny moments of acceptance that built into something larger. Maya ate her pad thai while reviewing the Morrison presentation. The numbers were solid, the projections conservative but promising. She could do this, present as herself, as Maya, and let her work speak for itself. Her phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. "Hi, it's Jennifer. I just wanted to say I'm proud of you. It took courage to let me see the real you today. Don't lose that courage," Maya typed back. "Thank you. For everything. For understanding. I'm trying to. Maybe we can get coffee sometime when you're ready. I'd like to get to know Maya." "I'd like that." "Good. Take care of yourself." "You too. Be happy with Mark." "I'll try." "Be happy as yourself." "I will." The conversation ended. Maya saved Jennifer's new number, then returned to her presentation. Tomorrow would be the first day of living fully as herself. No more separate wardrobes, no more hiding, no more pretending to be someone she wasn't. She worked until midnight, revising slides and practicing her delivery. Her voice had naturally shifted higher throughout the day, finding its authentic register. The masculine boom that had commanded boardrooms felt forced now. This softer tone, still confident but gentler, felt right. Finally, exhausted, she prepared for bed. The makeup came off with careful attention, each step of the skincare routine a small ritual of self-care. She slipped into a pale pink nightgown, another hidden purchase now freely worn. In bed, she thought about the day, Jennifer's tears, the confession, the unexpected acceptance, the emerald dress hanging in the closet, a gift from the woman she'd loved but couldn't be honest with. Tomorrow she'd wake up as Maya, not just in private, not just on weekends, but fully and completely. The thought terrified and thrilled her in equal measure. Her phone showed one last message from Dr. Chen. "Remember, you're braver than you think. See you tomorrow." Maya smiled, setting the phone on the nightstand. Outside, the city hummed with its usual nighttime energy. Cars passed on the street below. Somewhere, a siren wailed. Life continued its endless rhythm. But in the morning, she would join that rhythm as herself. Maya closed her eyes, brown hair spread across the pillow, and dreamed of a future where she no longer needed to hide. The alarm rang at 6. Maya woke slowly, the pale pink nightgown twisted around her legs. For a moment, the old panic set in, the urge to rush to the master bedroom, to put on the navy suit, to become Sebastian again. But then she remembered. Jennifer knew. Jennifer had seen her, had called her beautiful, had given her permission to be herself. She showered, taking time to shave her legs, to condition her brown hair until it shone. The makeup routine that had once taken an hour now flowed smoothly, each step practiced and perfected. Foundation, concealer, powder, eyes, cheeks, lips. The face in the mirror was hers, had always been hers, just hidden beneath years of denial. For the office, she chose professional but feminine, a charcoal gray pencil skirt that fell just below the knee, a cream silk blouse with pearl buttons, a matching gray blazer tailored to her frame, black pumps with a sensible 3-inch heel, pearl earrings and a simple silver necklace completed the look. She packed her laptop, the Morrison presentation loaded and ready, added a few touch-up makeup items to her purse, a sleek black leather bag that replaced the masculine briefcase. Her car keys felt different in manicured hands. The drive downtown was familiar, but everything felt new. The radio played pop music she'd secretly loved but never admitted to enjoying. She sang along, her voice high and clear in the privacy of her car. The coffee shop was crowded with the morning rush. She spotted Dave in their usual corner booth, scrolling through his phone. He wore his typical uniform, khakis and a blue button-down, no tie. Sales manager casual. Maya took a breath and walked over, heels clicking on the tile floor. "Dave?" He looked up, confusion clear on his face. "Sorry, I'm waiting for someone." "It's me, Sebastian." "Well, not Sebastian. Maya." Dave's coffee cup froze halfway to his mouth. He set it down carefully, eyes scanning Maya from head to toe. "What's going on?" "That's what I wanted to talk to you about." She slid into the booth across from him, setting her black leather purse beside her. "I'm transgender. I've been working with a therapist, and I've decided to transition, to live as my authentic self." But you were married to Jennifer." "We're divorced. This is part of why." Dave rubbed his face, clearly struggling to process. "So you want to be called Maya now?" "Yes, and use she/her pronouns, please." Okay. He took a long sip of coffee. "This is a lot to take in before 8 in the morning. I know, I'm sorry to spring it on you like this, but I have the Morrison presentation today, and I wanted you to know before I walked into that conference room." "Right, the presentation." Dave seemed to latch onto the familiar work topic. "You're still planning to deliver it?" "Of course. Nothing about my work has changed. I'm still the same person who landed the Johnson account and restructured the Mitchell portfolio. I just happen to be wearing a skirt now." Despite everything, Dave cracked a smile. "Fair point. The numbers don't care what you're wearing." "Exactly. I'll need to talk to HR, make sure we handle this properly. Update your email, nameplate, all that administrative stuff." "I figured as much. And the team will need time to adjust. Some people might struggle with this." "I know, but I can't keep hiding who I am. It was killing me, Dave. My marriage, my happiness, everything was falling apart because I was trying to be someone I'm not." Dave studied her for a long moment. "You do look happier, more relaxed, even with the obvious nerves about this conversation." "I am happier, terrified, but happier." "All right, let's do this. We'll talk to HR after the Morrison presentation. Get the ball rolling on updating everything. I'll send an email to the team this afternoon, give them a heads up." "Thank you. Don't thank me yet. This is going to be complicated, but we'll figure it out." He paused. "Maya, it's a pretty name. My grandmother's. She passed when I was young, but I always loved her name." They finished their coffee, discussing the Morrison presentation and sales projections. Dave stumbled over pronouns a few times, but caught himself, apologizing each time. It was awkward but genuine, the fumbling of someone trying to do right. The office building loomed ahead, 40 stories of glass and steel. Maya had walked through those doors thousands of times as Sebastian. This felt like the first time. The security guard, an older man named Bill, did a double take. "Can I help you, miss?" "It's me, Bill, Sebastian. Though I go by Maya now." Bill's eyebrows climbed toward his hairline. "Well, I'll be. Good for you, honey. You look lovely." The unexpected support made her eyes water. She blinked rapidly, not wanting to smudge her mascara. "Thank you, Bill. That means a lot. My niece transitioned a few years back. Happiest I've ever seen her. You got that same glow." The elevator ride to the 32nd floor felt eternal. Other employees entered and exited. Some she recognized, others strangers. A few did double takes, but most were absorbed in their phones or morning coffee. The sales floor was its usual controlled chaos. Phones ringing, keyboards clacking, the buzz of conversation. Maya walked to her office, still bearing a nameplate reading Sebastian Cross, with her head high. Holy crap! That was Tom from accounting, standing frozen by the printer. "Morning, Tom." "Sebastian?" "Maya. I'll explain later. Right now I have a presentation to finalize." She closed her office door, granting a moment of privacy. The space was distinctly masculine. Dark wood furniture, sports memorabilia, a putting green in the corner. None of it felt like hers anymore. Her computer powered on, passwords entered with pearl-white nails clicking on keys. Email notifications flooded in, but she ignored them, focusing on the Morrison presentation. The numbers were solid. The strategy was sound. She could do this. A knock on the door. "Come in." Rachel from her team peered in. "Sebastian? There's a woman in your office. Oh my God." "Hi, Rachel. It's me. And it's Maya now." Rachel entered fully, closing the door behind her. She was younger, late 20s, always impeccably dressed. Today she wore a burgundy dress that reminded Maya painfully of Jennifer's purse. "Are you serious right now?" "Completely serious. But you were married to Jennifer. We're divorced. This is who I am, Rachel. Who I've always been." Rachel sank into one of the client chairs. "I cannot believe this. I can because look at you. You look amazing, but also I cannot believe this. I know it's a shock." "A shock? This is like finding out Clark Kent is Superman, except Superman wears a dress now." She paused. "That came out wrong." "Despite everything," Maya laughed, "I appreciate you trying." "So what do we call you?" "Maya. She, her pronouns." "Maya." Rachel tested the name. "It suits you. God, I have so many questions. Can they wait until after the Morrison presentation?" "Right. The presentation. Are you still doing it?" "Of course." "Dressed like that?" Maya looked down at her charcoal gray suit. "What's wrong with how I'm dressed?" "Nothing. You look very professional. Very female professional. I just mean, Morrison's pretty conservative. Old boys club and all that." "Then they'll have to adjust. I'm not hiding anymore, Rachel. Not for Morrison, not for anyone." Rachel smiled. "Good for you. Seriously. This is brave as hell." "Thank you. I'll spread the word to the team. Try to minimize the shock factor when you walk into that conference room." "I appreciate that." Rachel left, and Maya returned to her presentation. Word spread quickly. She could hear the whispers through her office door, see people walking past more frequently than usual, but she focused on the work. The work hadn't changed. She was still good at her job. At 10:30, Dave knocked. "Ready?" "As I'll ever be." They walked to the conference room together. The Morrison team was already assembled. 3 men in identical navy suits, looking like they'd been pressed from the same mold. Richard Morrison himself sat at the head of the table, silver-haired and stern. "Gentlemen," Dave began, "this is Maya Cross, our senior account manager. She'll be presenting our proposal today." The silence was deafening. Morrison's eyes narrowed, scanning Maya from head to toe. "I thought Sebastian Cross was handling our account." "I am," Maya said, stepping forward. "I'm transitioning. Maya is my name now." Morrison's face went through several expressions: confusion, discomfort, something that might have been disgust. But Maya pressed on, pulling up the presentation on the screen. "If we could focus on the numbers, I think you'll find our proposal exceeds your expectations." For the next hour, she presented. Slides full of data, projections, market analysis. Her voice never wavered, her hands steady on the laser pointer. She fielded questions with the same expertise she'd always possessed, the charcoal gray skirt and cream blouse changing nothing about her knowledge or capability. Morrison barely looked at her, directing his questions to Dave instead. But Dave, to his credit, deferred to Maya each time. "Maya's the expert on this account. She can answer that better than I can." By the end, even Morrison had to admit the proposal was solid. They shook hands, his grip deliberately crushing, hers firm but not competitive, and the Morrison team filed out. "That was brutal," Dave said once they were alone. "I've had worse." Though in truth, she hadn't. The naked hostility in Morrison's eyes had shaken her more than she wanted to admit. "You handled it well. Very professional." "That's my job." They walked back to the sales floor. Conversations stopped as they passed, heads turning to track their progress. Maya kept her shoulders back, her stride confident in the 3-inch heels. HR was next. Linda from Human Resources was a force of nature, 60 years old with silver hair and no patience for nonsense. She listened to Maya's explanation with increasing interest. "Well, this is a first for us," Linda said. "But not a problem. We'll update all your records, get new ID badges printed, change your email address. IT might grumble, but they'll deal with it." "Thank you." "Don't thank me. This is your right." Company policy is clear on discrimination. Anyone gives you trouble, you come straight to me. The rest of the day passed in a haze. Emails to answer, some supportive, others carefully neutral. A new nameplate ordered. IT grumbling about the email change, just as Linda predicted. Rachel appointed herself as an unofficial bodyguard, glaring at anyone who stared too long. At 5, Maya packed up her laptop. The Morrison presentation had gone well, despite the tension. The numbers would speak for themselves. Her heels were killing her feet. 3-inch pumps for 10 hours was ambitious, but she'd survived. The parking garage was mostly empty. Her car sat in its usual spot, but everything felt different. She was different. The morning's nervousness had given way to exhaustion and a strange sense of accomplishment. Her phone buzzed. Jennifer. Heard through the grapevine about your presentation today. Proud of you. How did you hear? Mark knows someone who knows someone. Office gossip travels fast. How did it go? Morrison was a jerk, but the team was mostly supportive. Good. You deserve support. Heading home? Yeah. Long day. I bet. Take care of yourself, Maya. The name still sent a thrill through her. Jennifer using it, accepting it, made it real in a way that nothing else had. The drive home was peaceful. Rush hour traffic moved slowly, giving her time to decompress. The radio played a song she'd loved in college, back when she'd first started buying women's clothes. She sang along, no longer hiding her voice. The apartment building's garage was well lit and secure. She gathered her purse and laptop bag, the day's stress sitting heavy on her shoulders. The elevator climbed to the 20th floor while she leaned against the mirrored wall. Inside her apartment, she kicked off the painful pumps immediately. Her feet throbbed in relief. The charcoal gray suit went on a hanger, the cream blouse into the dry cleaning pile. She stood in her underwear, matching beige, practical but pretty, and surveyed her closet. The guest room was now officially her dressing room. The masculine clothes in the master bedroom could be donated. She'd keep a few pieces for emergencies, but otherwise clear it out. Make room for Maya's expanding wardrobe. She chose comfort, soft gray leggings, and an oversized pink sweater that fell off one shoulder. Fuzzy socks warmed her aching feet. Her brown hair went up in a messy bun, and she removed most of the makeup, leaving just enough to feel pretty. Dinner was leftover Thai food, reheated and eaten while scrolling through her phone. Social media was a minefield she wasn't ready to navigate. Coming out at work was one thing. Announcing it to distant relatives and college friends was another challenge entirely. Her therapist had warned her about this. The exhaustion that came after a major milestone. The vulnerability hangover, she'd called it. Maya felt it now, a bone-deep weariness that had nothing to do with the long day. She'd done it. Walked into her office as Maya. Presented to clients as Maya. Claimed her name and pronouns in a professional setting. The sky hadn't fallen. Morrison's disgust stung, but Dave's support mattered more. Rachel's instant acceptance. Bill the security guard's unexpected kindness. Her phone rang. Dr. Chen. I know our appointment is tomorrow, but I wanted to check in. How did today go? It was hard. Good but hard. Morrison was awful, but my team was mostly supportive. That's wonderful. How are you feeling now? Exhausted, like I ran a marathon in heels. Dr. Chen laughed. That's normal. You did something incredibly brave today. Be gentle with yourself tonight. I'm trying. Comfort clothes and leftover pad thai. Perfect. I'll see you tomorrow at 2. We can process everything then. After hanging up, Maya curled on the burgundy leather couch. The apartment felt different now. Not empty, but transitional. She'd lived here with Jennifer for 5 years, the last 2 miserable with secrets and growing distance. Now it was just hers, a space to rebuild. The doorbell rang. Maya froze. She wasn't expecting anyone. Through the peephole, she saw a delivery driver holding a bouquet of flowers. Delivery for Maya Cross? Her name. Someone had sent flowers to her name. She opened the door, accepting the arrangement. White roses and pink peonies, beautiful and delicate. The card read, "To new beginnings, proud of you, Jay." Jennifer. Of course. Even now, even after everything, she knew exactly what Maya needed. The flowers went on the dining table, brightening the space. Maya photographed them, sending the picture to Jennifer with a simple, "Thank you." "You're welcome. You were brave today." "I don't feel brave. I feel terrified." That's what bravery is. Doing the right thing despite the fear. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out my other socials if you want more content, early access, behind the scenes, and more. All links down below.